Hey, y'all, it's your girl NeenaRose coming at you for your daily come up for September 7th, 2021. Hope all is well with you all. I want to thank you all for your likes, share, subscribes, just rocking with me and just moving forward through it all. You know what I'm saying? And with that, we're just going to go ahead and get started here. September series is walking through growth, working through growth. I keep saying walking, so I'm guessing a lot of you are taking your time and what you need to because you don't want to make the mistakes of something that you missed and you know you've already been trained in it. You know what I'm saying? So at the bottom of the deck here, the tarot deck, you have the Five of Swords. And at the bottom of the, can't think of their name right now, is Deception and Envy, a 7. Okay, so a lot of you may be dealing with people. Like I said, and I feel like at this time, there's a lot of deception and envy on the scene because of jealousy, envy, hatred that a lot of people possess and they are dealing with as far as truth, the truth of the matter. Okay. Let's see here. I feel like there's an energy where most people are um, not really just, excuse me, are not really accepting their losses. Like people have battled you, definitely in the spirit realm, but in the natural, they may have come up against you with lies and things of this nature, or they may have deceived you by doing things against you, and then they want to play victim. That's the energy that I'm feeling here. Like a lot of people want to play victim, and they the ones did wrong, you know. And I feel like they're mad because their deception didn't go all the way over your head. You know, a lot of you may have turned a blind eye to the deception. Like I'm not going to entertain it like right away, but there's only so much you're going to be able to get away with. And I feel like there are people who are upset that they can't get away with more. So let's see here. What do you have for the collective for the 7th of September? I don't know why I want to keep saying January. I didn't say January because I know it's not January. But some of you may be dealing with some issues from January. You know, things that may have happened, or you may have some things that's coming up in January that's being affected by right now. And then, you know, a lot of people don't give people their props and don't worry about that. A lot of people may not give you your props. They may not say, good job, you know, Scorpio, good job, Libra, good job, Leo. People may not give you your props, you know, because of the difference and the differences of the work ethic. Remember that. You know, some people don't go as hard. They just, you know, they don't study. And then some people don't have to. So you have to look at, you know, what motivates other people, and we don't know what motivates everybody. So everybody don't go as hard, or what you would think is hard. And then some people may not give it their all. So you can't try not to compare yourself to other people because sometimes we end up in a bad light to ourselves and we take ourselves down a notch. You know, we're not the same. Everybody's message is not brought the same. Okay. Some people dig for the negativity to give you. And you have to understand what you're being drawn to, you know. Um, or you're watching some things or you're looking at some things that's always talking about the negative. It's not bringing enough positivity to your life, so then you start seeing your growth dwindle because you're consuming a lot of negative energy. You have to look at the difference. Okay, that's just like always on the phone with somebody who's talking about just gossiping. That energy is negative. It's not going to bring in the growth and and then some of you may have gotten back into that is what I'm hearing. Like you used to talk on the phone a lot and then you stop, you elevate it, and then now you may be back talking on the phone. You may be back dealing with people who basically haven't ascended, but it feels comfortable here because you know about this. Some of you may be resisting the total transition too. You have the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Six of Wands in reverse. The High Priestess. The King of Cups. And then one was hidden, which was the first one that came out. The Five of Cups. So secretly, some of you may be kind of brooding, kind of thinking about the past, things that have happened, have transpired, that just didn't go well. Okay, so the Eight of Cups is here, clarifying the High Priestess. Let's get another one out, and we're going to go over, okay, the Ten of Cups. Okay, so there's a lot of emotional, you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like a lot of you are taking steps to a new beginning in life, in love, new beginnings. But I feel like there's an energy here where a lot of you are not grasping. Some of you are being frowned upon by people who don't have the work ethic you have. And it must be why it came up earlier, because I really feel like a lot of you are working towards something new. And you may be getting off to a slow start too. Like, I'm barely working it because this is not familiar. You know, some of you may have been doing jobs for 10 or 15 years and it just came second nature, and now you're switching over to something and it's like you're trying to find your footing. You're trying to get it in there, but it's like I'm not in there like I would like to be. But I feel like some people want to down you or think that you're crazy for switching out. Some of you have left some situations and they want to try to down you or say something's wrong with you for switching out on what it is that you've been doing, you know, in the past. With the High Priestess here, I feel like you all are going with your intuition. You're going to achieve happiness, but you must walk away from the old norm with the Eight of Cups here. Walking away from the old norm. You're going to use your intuition here, and you're going to walk away from the old normality, the things that's been going on. You're going to walk away and do whatever it takes to move forward. I feel like there's a loss that some of you all are about to see here. There's a loss that that's going to come in as a way of somebody that you may love. I feel like a loss is coming here. Like it may be a severing a relationship. I don't feel like it's more like a death, like a physical death. I just feel like more of a sever of a relationship. And it just could be walking away from a group of people, you know, a family dynamic. Things may shift and change for you that you weren't necessarily seeing coming. You know, it's like, okay, so you already know you have to let go about low vibrational people. You have to cut the ties or limit the dealings. But I feel like this energy is going to open you up for a more, a different tone. Looking for emotional support. Some of you may be getting into a relationship with someone older, more mature, with their feelings, with how they view relationships and things of that nature. You may even receive a different type of a love that you're not used to, or you haven't been accustomed to yet. You have the Five of Cups here, this which was hidden. I feel like this energy here is allowing you to know where it is that you're going and how you're going to get there. Now, I feel like a lot of you may be looking at the past on how things didn't work out, how things may have not been in your best interest. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there are things that are coming about that a lot of you, you can no longer dismiss. Okay. Um, and I feel like wishes are being granted. Wishes are being granted here. Okay. So let's get a clarifier out. You have the Nine of Cups in reverse, clarifying the Five of Cups. I feel like some things put you in a position to where you had to go with things alone. Now, I don't want you all to get bitter, or if you find yourself being upset because you've really been at this journey alone, or the people that you thought you could bring into your life, they don't want to be bothered. They're not around. Or they're just not on the same path. Like some of you, you may have a career or a profession of teaching, but at the same time, you haven't really just picked up what your purpose is. You're not really understanding your true gift, or some of you are in fear of branching out on your own and becoming a tutor, or just doing private consultations, or doing online classes, just being a contractor. You're doing online classes and people picking up what you have and that type of thing. Some of you have not grasped the concept of where you're supposed to be, and you're getting frustrated with yourself. That's what I'm feeling like, because you've been at this by yourself. You thought you would have help, but and then I feel like a lot of this is based off of traditional teaching. We'll have help. Our helpmate, our helpmeet, and all this. When you're not realizing that you was designed to do a solo job, at least get started solo. A lot of you are designed to get started solo, and then later you'll get you a mate that's in the same arena. A lot of us are taught later in life about dealing with people who are in the same realm as us. We're taught about that later because we're not really realizing that we need someone that we have similar interests with. That opposites attract kind of throw you off on the cool. They can be opposite, as far as attractions, but as far as what they're into, it really does. It does take that someone is into the same things that you're into. It's not that you get bored. It's just at the same time, you don't want an outside influence, influencing your mate. As in, like, I don't spend, you want someone that you can spend most of your time with. Not overbearing, but at the same time, you want someone that you all can relate. You don't want it to be where y'all topics of conversation is completely off. And the only thing that y'all have in common is sex, because sex don't make a relationship. The King of Cups here is being clarified by the Two of Swords. There's some toxicity here that, and then some of you may be kind of drawn to that bad boy, bad girl type. And I feel like that may be what this is. Like somebody may bring in a little drama, this and that, and some people like drama. I know a few people who just like drama. They like the drama. They like the the deception. They like just to keep something going. And everybody don't like that. We're all different. But there is someone there that's going to be similar to you and what you want. Everybody, a lot of times, and this must be for somebody or a group of people who are coming out of the immature behavior where it's like they say you talking to somebody who say they want a relationship and they really don't. Or they want a relationship, but they don't want you to be single, but they really want to be single. That's to me, that's a maturity factor. Some people will tell you they want this and they really don't want that. They just want to hold you down and do this. You have to really understand what eggs you put in the basket and how you're going to keep things afloat, right? You have here the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands in reverse being clarified by the Four of Wands. That's why I say, remember when I said that some of you all are going to end up It's doing some things that are different than what you normally would want to do. I feel like you're going to end up doing some things that's going to change your life, that you didn't see coming. You didn't know that this was the arena for you. You know what I'm saying? Um, with the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse, I feel like there's a lack of work here for some of you, or some of you have not been working the gifts. Okay, now also, or people may have been trying to stop you. Everybody putting their dibs in on you not doing your work. Like, I mean, put it like this here. Okay, so when it comes down to this purpose thing, working it, walking it out, there are people and groups of people from this Five of Wands. There are groups of people that all are coming together to come up against you. And it's funny because let me tell you something. If you didn't got to the point of working your purpose, this same group or other groups have already come up against you. For a lot of you, this is witchcraft. They're putting their wands together, everybody working their spell, their potion that they're the best at, and coming up against you, using it to come up against you, to make sure you don't get your pentacles, to make sure you have no drive and no motivation to work. So some of you may be dealing with fatigue, maybe dealing with deceptive energy, going back and forth with yourself and others. I feel like there are a lot of you that are going into an energy that's not productive. And when I say that, I mean, like, basically, they are like, you may be oversleeping. You have no desire to do any work. You have no desire to check on what's yours. You may not be fulfilling orders on time. All this is energy that's being projected onto you. See, the walking through the growth, working through the growth is understanding now the responsibility is bigger because now you know what to do. And the accountability is heavier. You have to do what you said you were going to do. Now, you could change your mind. I'm saying have to. You could change your mind, but understand you do have people here that are putting in spell work for you to change your mind, for you not to do the work. The Ace of Pentacles here is being clarified by Temperance. And Temperance is being clarified by the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords has been coming out in like every reading. That's the only consistent card that I've seen thus far. A lot of you are getting news, or like people are coming in talking to you harshly, or they're coming in with deceptive energy, because I feel like a lot of you are working on your energy of putting purpose first. And then you have this news that comes in that's trying to cut you, and it's going to cut people differently. Whatever area that you're weak in, that you're struggling in, I feel like your enemies are sending news in to cut in that area. So if you're dealing with self-esteem, somebody's coming in to tell you you're not good enough. If you're dealing with pride issues, somebody's coming in to get you triggered in that area. If you have a bad temper that you're trying to get balanced out, or you've already balanced out, somebody's trying to trigger you to piss you off. You have to understand that this energy is coming in to put you in a mode of giving up, or not working your own purpose, your own walk. Um, okay, so they're also saying that some of you may have like freshly grown children, I guess, like a child or children, like you have children that's going into adulthood, like I guess the early, and then I say the age, I guess right at 18, 19, 20, going into college, or just going into adulthood, being grown. And maybe even later, they're just not really leaving the house. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of you are, you may be having some energy attacking them to get your attention. So pay attention to that as well. I just have to. I'm hearing somebody say, I just have to do one more thing. I just have to do one more thing. So I don't know if somebody is like getting prepared, you know, maybe to give a gift, a parting gift. Um, and then some of you are wishing that they don't go, like just kind of like, I just, you know, I hope things, work out where they're at now or something like that. Okay, so quite a few came out, turned over here. So I'm gonna go over the rest. I just put these four here down. So you have fulfillment of wishes, a 9. So some of you may be getting some wishes granted, or even just going through the process of looking at what it is that you've accomplished, as far as the things that you wish for a lifetime, and you've honestly gotten them accomplished now. You have accelerated motion in reverse, a 8. I feel like a lot of you have kicked up the momentum, your drive, and I feel like a lot of you have made maybe personal vows of what you're going to do, personal commitments to how you're going to get to the next level. You have the waiting game in reverse, a 2. I feel like there's a level here that some of you are getting some things to come in, but you may be patiently waiting for the arrival. So let's say like you ordered a product and it's really not out yet, or you may have pre-ordered something and you're waiting on something to come in to help finish a project. Some of you are counting the cost on what it's going to take to get the next set or the next order out. Like you may be looking to do some repackaging. I'm hearing you may want to repackage your product and make it look different than the way you've been packaging it. I feel like you may be getting new contracts in too that maybe take a 30-day turnaround for them to actually come about, is what I'm hearing. Um, you have here the solar plexus chakra in reverse, 3. So a lot of you may be dealing with confidence issues and things of that nature, or a lot of you may have kicked your confidence up. You may have been doing meditation um, in that area. You may have been just doing the dark night of the soul, that shadow work in this area that's been keeping you bound, keeping you from doing the work that you needed to do. A lot of you have been walking or fighting, and I'm saying walking like you may have been taking your time in this battle um, for confidence, for belief in yourself. Now, this may have been getting hit since you were a child. So a lot of you may have dealt with depression, may have dealt with just low self-esteem, or a lot of you may have been looking for different affirmations to help pick up the drive and the momentum to believe in yourself. And this may be what you have done as far as moving forward. Now you have awareness here, 1. I feel like a lot of you spiritually are aware. Your crown chakra is open as far as what you're supposed to be doing, moving forward in the progression, in the state of mind of growth and movement. You have spiritual strength in reverse here, a 9. I feel like a lot of you know where you're going, what you're doing. You're strong and you're motivated, in the truth of who you are. And a lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people can't handle that. A lot of problems that have persisted, a lot of people aren't really dealing with things the way they should. You know what I'm saying? They are falling off by the wayside, and it's just not, they're not dealing with things. Okay. You have here financial material changes, a 5. A lot of you are procrastinating about getting some things done, but that's only because of this is familiar territory. At the same time, you do have the darts and the arrows that's coming at you from your enemies for you not to progress, for you not to live that life that you're supposed to live. So we have to understand when we're working in our own energy or we're working in projected energy. Okay? Like you have some people that just honestly want to see you fail. And then you have to understand what type of life they're going to lead. If you wishing for somebody else to fail, you know you're going to live a failure life. There's not a life that you're going to live that you're really going to do what you need to do. You have here too Sacral Chakra. And I feel like a lot of you are dealing with things as far as the courage to move forward. A lot of you are looking at what a procrastination really comes from. Is this my energy or is this projected energy? When you break that down and you realize this is not even your energy, it's easier to get up and walk out of it because you know it's not yours. And then you have the fatigue that comes in. Like people, they're siphoning your energy. That's because of what? They don't want you to get up and keep going. They want you to be down, whatever it takes. So like people project their energy onto you. Like those people who play sick, they're sick, but they're not sick like what they're projecting. So they're projecting onto you sickness. I'm going to give you a good example. Like you see people who don't have hair here. You know, they're going bald right here, you know, around the front of their head. It's a lot of that has to do with witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Like being exposed. It's a form of exposure where it's like, okay, you doing this here. Let me show you this here. And it's also, and it's a twofold thing because some people can take your strength and take your edges. It's supposed, as they would say, your edges. You don't have any edges. They can take that and they get them. They get like it's a swap. It's the same thing with energy. It's the same thing with thoughts. It's the same thing with ideas. But it only manifests when you're not aware. When you're not aware. So you have to understand that when you deal in negative energy, you're gonna have some things come to you that's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be positive energy. It's not going to be the energy of productivity, positive productivity. It's not going to be that energy. You have here rejoice and celebration 3. A lot of you are going to be rejoicing about the newness and moving forward. And then you're going to have someone in your midst with the deception and envy. See, this was at the bottom of the deck and this ended up coming out last. There's someone that's going to try to take your joy and the love from you because of deception and envy. And not just someone, it could be some people, you know, or just some situations that's meant to drain and take out instead of pour in. So we have to be aware of these things that people are trying to come in. We have to work through this growth. Like you've already gone through this. You've already experienced this with other people. People think that things should be over. They're not over. Now it's time to conquer these things every time you see them. Because now you're walking in your rites of passage. This is the growth. You're going to conquer in these areas that you didn't conquer in, or you conquered at the very end. And now it's time to walk your day-to-day life out, conquering these entities and these things. Creator, I come to you and I thank you for the collective. I thank you for a mindset of change. I speak that they continue to be grateful and to show gratitude for the things that they learn and the experiences that they've gone through. I speak that there's a rest and a rejuvenation in their energy, in their spirit. I speak that they don't overwork themselves or overthink a situation, but walk in their power and finesse it. Selah. Y'all have a good one. If you need a personal reading, everything's in the description box below. I'll be talking to y'all soon. Y'all have a good one.